I'm Mrs. Princey, Associate Professor in Mental Health Nursing. Why do people behave in a particular way? Right? So we can term them as a normal behavior or abnormal behavior. So when we look at a person, we understand whether a person is behaving in a normal way or is having an abnormal behavior. We have got various concepts which is given by various psychologists, or we can say the theorists, who are going to tell what is a normal behavior and what is a abnormal behavior. So today you're going to learn about the concepts of normal and abnormal behavior. So when I say the concepts of normal and abnormal behavior, you have to understand the term normal as well as the abnormal. So let us see about the term normal. The term normal is derived from the word norma, which means carpenter, square or rule. So we can simply say that normal is nothing but we are following a set of rules, or we have certain rule or a pattern. Okay, that is called as the normal. So what is abnormal? So the term abnormal has got a prefix called as ab, which means away from. Okay, away from normal is called as the abnormal, or we can say the other terms away, in a sense, deviation or variation to the normal is called as the abnormal. So hope you have understood the normal and the abnormal behavior, right? A normal behavior is the one which has got certain expected behavior or certain rules to behave. Abnormal is opposite to the normal. Deviation from the normal is called as the abnormal. We have got various concepts which are going to explain about the normal and abnormal behavior. So we have got concepts like the medical model, statistical model, utopian model, the individual model, and we have got the process model, continuum model. Like that, we have got various models which explain about the normal and the abnormal behavior. The first one which I'll be talking is the medical model. According to the medical model, a normal mental health is nothing but the absence of the disease or psychopathology. If the person is not having any kind of a disease or any kind of a pathology in the brain, then he is termed as the normal person. Right, so that is what the medical model is explaining. So you can see here in the schematic diagram, if there is no causative factor, then the person will not have any kind of a disorder, which is termed as the normal. So if there is a causative factor, the causative factor can be a physical cause, a psychological cause, social cause, any reason. Because of the causative factor, there is a disturbance in the person resulting in the disease or the disorder, which can be termed as the abnormal. See, very simple, the medical model explains that if a person is having any kind of a disease or psychopathology, he is termed as the abnormal. The next model is the statistical model. According to the statistical model, statistically normal mental health falls within the 2 standard deviation of the normal statistical curve. So that is about the statistical model, wherein the person who is normal will be statistically depicted in terms of the graphical representation. The third one is the utopian model. According to the utopian model, they explain that if a person is functioning optimally, he is termed as a normal person. If the person is having a disturbance in the functioning, he is termed as the abnormal person. So if you take a normalcy or a normal behavior, if the person is having a good mental health or a normal mental health, he will be able to function optimally, which will give him the maximum results or the output, which will show the person is successfully leading his life. So that is about the normal concept. The concept of abnormal, we can term it as a mentally ill. If the person is not functioning well, it can result in the poor outcome, or the outcome will be very poor, resulting in the unsuccessful or unsatisfied life. So that is about the utopian model, which is explaining about the optimal functioning of an individual. The next model is the subjective model, otherwise called as the individual model. According to the individual model, they say that if the person is not having any kind of a disturbance or any kind of a disorder or any kind of a help-seeking behavior, that means he is functioning in a normal way. He is not having any other cause which can contribute to the abnormal behavior. So that is what the individual model will explain. The next model is the social model. According to the social model, they explain that a person is normal if he is able to be a social being. Okay, socially permissive behavior, whether he is, if he is showing, okay, he is having a sociable behavior, he is termed as the normal person. If he is not social, he is termed as the abnormal person. So that is the social model. The next model is the process model. According to the process model, they explain that the normal behavior is a process, it's a dynamic process wherein the changes keeps on happening, and the person will be able to function in a normal way. Even though there are many changes, or the process keeps on continuing with the many changes, the person works in a functions in a normal way, which is termed as normalcy. If the person is not able to function in a normal way, even though there are changes and other things, person is not able to function in a normal way, is termed as the abnormal behavior. So that is the process model. So the next model is the continuum model. According to the continuum model, normality and abnormality falls with as two ends in a continuum rather than being a separate or disparate entity. Okay, they believe that normal behavior is one end and abnormal behavior is the other end. So if a person is behaving in a normal way, is able to function in a normal way, then he is having a successful life which is normal. If the severity, if the person moves on to the severe functioning, is not functioning well, he will be in a state of the abnormality. In between there is a borderline kind of a behavior the patient can have. So that is the continuum model rather than separate entities. Okay, they term it as the two ends of a continuum. So I'm going to explain about the characteristics of normalcy and the abnormalcy. When I say a characteristic of normalcy, these are the characters of a normal person. What is it? The first thing is the social ability. So when a person is social, that he is interacting with the other people in the environment, he is following the rules and regulations of the society, he is being an important person in the environment, he is termed as a normal being. So the next one characteristic is about the healthy security as well as the balanced life. So an individual is said to be normal if he is having the health in terms of the physical, mental, social, psychological well-being, as well as if he is having the state of the security, he is going to balance everything and work efficiently. So that is the second characteristics of the normalcy. The third characteristics is balance and fulfillment of needs. So if the individual is normal, he is going to balance various crises or situations which is going to come, and he is going to completely fulfill all the needs. Even though there is an imbalance, he is going to balance and fulfill all the needs. So that is about the characteristics of the normal. The next one is the characteristics of the abnormalcy. So when I say the abnormalcy, it is nothing but the away from the normal. So we have got certain terms which are going to explain the abnormal behavior. So we can say it as a deviation from the social norms, or a maladaptive behavior, abnormal behavior, or emotional disturbance, as well as the behavioral problem. So these are the various terms that we can use for the abnormal behavior. Yes. So when I say a behavior can be normal or it can be abnormal. It is based on the individual's ability to manage various stressful situation and balance it so that he will be able to function effectively, and the outcome of the person will be effective, can lead to a successful life. And if the person is not able to manage with the stressors or balance his life, it can be resulting in the poor functioning as well as the abnormal behavior. So these are the various concepts which is given by various theorists. Hope you all have understood the concept. Thank you.